Just bear with me if you're watching this on a restream, because right now we just went live. We have gone live right now and just waiting for somebody to come on in. So let's be patient. Good morning or good afternoon or good evening, wherever you are on this beautiful planet called Earth. Boomy, mama. I already got one like, but I haven't seen anybody on the little ticker, meaning who's connected. I'm wearing my glasses just when messages pop up in the chat, I can see what somebody's saying. Let me switch the camera around. We are here in Envigado. So I don't see anybody yet connected. I only see one thumbs up. So I'm gonna wait until somebody says something in the chat, and then I can start talking about this topic that the president of Colombia, Ivan Duque, just announced this past Monday, December 6th, on the news. My GoPro is not leveling off. Not my GoPro, my gimbal. I don't know why, but anyhow, it's a little slanted. IBE, good morning to you, because it's still morning here in Medellín. Not Medellín, Envigado, next door to Medellín. So good morning to you, IBE. So let's get the show on the road. The area I'm walking in, this is the upper part, one of the upper areas of Envigado. If you ever want to live in Envigado, Colombia, that for me is much better than Medellín, and Medellín is right next door. This is all the Medellín metropolitan area, and Envigado, it's its own municipality. They're building tower blocks. These are very nice apartments you can buy or rent. So let's get to it. Ivan Duque, this past Monday, December 6th, announced new travel requirements to enter the country. There are two groups, and this is all beginning on December 14th, this coming Monday, December 14th, 2021. Not 2020 or whatever other date people might get confused with, but 2021, December 14th. So there are two groups. If you are a Colombian citizen or a foreign national who resides in Colombia, you have foreign residential status, you have resident status here in Colombia, or you are a diplomat, or you have your family, part of the diplomatic family. As of December 14th, you have to have at least, you can come into the country if you don't have the jab yet, if you don't have any jabs yet, the medication, if you don't have any of the medication yet, you can come in, but you do have to submit the PCR test, no older than 72 hours upon flight time when you give it at the flight counter to check in. Cannot be older than 72 hours. So if you're a Colombian citizen, or a foreign national that resides in Colombia that have residential status, like a residential visa, or you are a diplomat in your family, then as of December 14th, you do have to present the PCR test. Whether you have one jab, two jabs, or no jabs, or all the jabs in the world, to enter the country. So that's about the first group. Let me see if anybody's asking any questions, because I wasn't looking at the chat. Let's see. All right. What's up, buddy? What's up, Steve? So, two people in the chat now. This is a very nice area. These are gated communities. All of these things here are gated communities. Nobody can come into your community without passing through the front gate, and armed watchmen are manning the gate where they let people in or not, and they only let them in if they call your home or your apartment or your house, and if you give access entry access to the person that is soliciting or requesting to enter to your home or whatever, because you're expecting somebody, a friend, family member, whatever, then they let them in. If not, they don't. And then you have another one usually patrolling around, at least one more, depending on the gated community, just giving you that information. And all these barbed wire and stuff and electric wires so you don't go in. So you got a lot of tower blocks, and all of these are gated communities, whether they're houses, semi-detached houses or tower blocks. And they are all very middle class and upper class. Now, the second group of people that Ivan Duke talked about are foreigners, people who are just coming here on vacation or for business purposes. And you have to have, as of December 14th, at least one jab to enter the country, plus the 72 hours or less upon flight time PCR test. If the airline by any mistake lets you board the plane and you don't have that and you arrive in Colombia, they will turn you back. They will say, go back home, you ain't welcome here. Like the old song, keep on knocking but you can't come in. Keep on knocking but you can't come in. Buenos días, ¿cómo está? Qué bueno, señor. Bendiciones, que le vaya muy bien. I'm a fluent speaker in Spanish because my family, my mom and dad are Colombian. They're white Colombians. My mom is from this town of Envigado, this municipality, and my dad's from a small town in this state of Antioquia, but he came to live in Medellín when he was 12 years old, and then he went on to Canada when he was 22 years old, came back a year later because my mom and him were boyfriend and girlfriend. They were dating, and then he married her, and then they went up to Canada, and then I was born in the U.S., not in Canada. Because my mom and my dad, they conceived me in Canada, but I was born in the U.S. Hey, there's nothing to be sorry about, IBE. Don't be sorry. There is nothing to be sorry about. That's why we're doing these things. I got this information today. I saw Life with David, but I had already seen the news on Monday when I was having dinner with my mom and her sister, my auntie. We were there and we saw the news. We were watching the news like, what, really? Oh, that sucks. We saw that news. It was on Monday and I heard it, but I didn't do more research. But Life with David. I just came back into the country on Friday. Let me tell you this. I came back into the country on Friday, and I'm Colombian American. Colombian because my mom and dad are Colombian, and American because I was born and raised in the US of A. That's why I speak perfect English, because I was born and raised there. And I speak super good Spanish, almost perfect, because I've been living here for 23 years, and my whole life I've been listening to Colombian Spanish from my mom and dad and family members who have visited the US, plus us coming here on vacation every 3 or 4 years when we were kids and teenagers and all of that, and as an adult before I came to live here for 23 years. And I was out of the country for 6 months. I was traveling through Mexico, doing my work and vacation, and loving it. But then I saw things and whatever and this and that, and I decided, let me just go back. And I'm home sweet home, Alabama here. Alabama for me is Antioquia, and especially Envigado. So I flew in on Friday. On Thursday, I was in Los Angeles, California. I was in LA, Los Angeles, California. See, Envigado is all of this. You got all those tower blocks. But let me tell you about LA. So I had no problems. I thought I might have a problem because these rules are changing so quickly. I was thinking, man, am I going to have a problem getting out of the States, going back into Colombia, and last minute changes, and I got to do this test, that test. They do not take whatever those other tests, only PCR. I repeat, only PCR. I read it in 3 different news reports from Colombian newspapers, Semana, El Tiempo, and something else, because after I saw Life with David's vlog today, he did a live stream this morning, only 10 minutes long. Mine is a little longer because he's in Panama right now. So he was just in his room, but I'm showing you the sites so you can, get interested in coming to visit Colombia. Medellín is off in the distance. Medellín, all the way over there. All of this is the mountains here in the valley of Aburrá. In the valley of Aburrá, this is Envigado. These tower blocks here, some they're finishing up, some have been finished up for a while now. They're building up all of this. This is going to be like even better for now than Medellin itself, because this is still kind of a secret in terms of international tourists. Most people just prefer they only know about El Poblado Medellin, or Laureles, Laurels Medellin. Like, don't fall asleep on your laurels. But this is the upper part. When I used to live, I've been living here for 23 years out of the last 25 years of my life. And this was not developed. When I got here back in 95, none of these buildings existed. None of these. Not this one, not that one, none of these things. None of these things existed. And this has been is being developed very quickly, has been getting developed very quickly in the last 10 years. More money's coming this way, and even some expats or some pensioners want this area. So back to Los Angeles. So I flew out of LAX on Spirit Airlines to Florida, Fort Lauderdale, on Thursday. I took the heck was that? The evening flight. It was at 9:35 p.m. out of LAX. And then I arrived in Fort Lauderdale. It was about 5 a.m. And then I waited for my other flight. It was at 11 a.m. on Friday. And I was still thinking, oh man, is Mr. Joe Biden going to change the rules on us in terms of leaving the country? Or is Colombia going to slap some quick thing quickly? So I beat the clock by about a week. You know, I beat the clock by a week. So I wouldn't have to go through all those crazy things. So I got into the country, not a problem. I left the U.S. on my U.S. passport. And I got into Colombia on my Colombian, because as a Colombian national, because that's my second nationality, Colombia. I got my nationality back in 1996. I became a Colombian citizen. So I wouldn't have to go through those visa run situations. I remember I had 6 months maximum of tourism visa, but I had to get an extension every 30 days because they only gave you 30 days back in those days, or was it 60? I don't remember, because I came here in 95. Even though my mom and dad are Colombian, that didn't entitle me to anything except for tourism. So I flew out on Friday. I got here. They didn't bother me at the airport. They didn't ask for anything, nothing. So even this week, if you're traveling today or tomorrow or on Saturday, on Friday or Saturday, Sunday this week before Monday, all the way up until, let's say, the end of the 13th, of December 13th, you are not required to have any test of any sort. No, you don't have to show any certificate of any jabs whatsoever. You know, you can come in freely, like IP Freely. That's a Bart Simpson joke. Is Mr. Freely there? Who's Mr. Freely? First initials IP. Hey, IP Freely. Most talent. Anyway, I'm being a joker. I'm being a joker because I gotta give jokes. Wait, I gotta keep walking. I gotta show you some more. So guys, so that second group, foreigners coming on vacation and on business as of the 14th, have to have at least one jab, and 72 hours or less PCR test upon flight time when you go and stuff. Now, another thing I didn't mention, and please check out Life with David. Life with David. He's got a lot of stuff because he lives in Medellin in an area called Conquistadores and Laureles, somewhere around there. I don't remember where exactly. He always does his walk and talk videos around there. Life with David. Hey, beautiful doggy, how are you? Nice little border collie, all that. Buenos días, ¿cómo está, señor? Todo muy bien, gracias. So, the thing is, where was I? I got lost my track for a second here. So, foreigners, yeah, 72 hours. No older than 72 hours, or you will not be allowed to board the plane. And if for any reason they let you board the plane, because they make a mistake, because Mr. Duque said, it's up to the airlines to control this. We can't control it outside the country. We can only control who's coming in when they land in our airports. And we'll turn them back. He didn't say it like that, but that's the point. You'll get turned back. You'll get sent back home. So you don't want to go through that hassle, through that headache. And if, like IBE said, that IBE prefers not to travel at that time, by now with all these travel restrictions and everything, or requirements, not restrictions, requirements, then wait for it to change. It's like me. I was going to go to India. I was going to fly to India. I was going to go to India, but India's changing everything up so quickly all the time. And every the country, all the travel requirements, travel entry requirements. And inside the country, like in India and other countries, certain areas are off limits. And at any moment that can change, and other ones become off limits. And they tell you got to get out now, or or whatever, and you don't want to go through that stress. That's why I'm back home. I'm back home here. This is home for me. Envigado, Colombia. I love it. And Guarani, where my dad's country house is. This is a shopping center called City Plaza. City Plaza's got a Caruja supermarket there, and it's got a movie complex, movie theater complex called Cinépolis, the chain they have in Mexico, because I was in Mexico for 5.5 months. You can check out any videos about Mexico on my channel or about India. And I'll have more content about Mexico coming up. But for the rest of December, it's going to be all about Colombia. I got the videos I had scheduled from Mexico and the US for December, and I just put them in private mode again. And I'm only doing all of Medellín, Itagüí, La Estrella. This is another gated community. They're like this. That's the entry point there. Taxis on one side and visitors, and the other one is for residents. And then the exits for everybody. And an armed guard there. You can't see it. You can't see inside how many people there are. But usually there may be 2 of them in there. And then one that's patrolling. And these are houses. These are not apartments. Some are houses and some are apartments. I used to teach a class here, private class. So you got to go. Okay, I remember where I got lost. The Colombian government, as of the 14th, is going to require 2 more things for all travelers. If I understood right, I read it like 3 or 4 times. I cannot script anything for my life, but I try to remember as much as I can. They said that you need to go to Migración Colombia. That's the website, Migración Colombia. The translation in English is Colombia Migration, but you got to look for it in Spanish, Migración Colombia, their website. And you got to do the pre-registration thing, not 24 hours before you fly, like a couple of days to be safe. And then 24 hours before your flight, up to 1 hour before your flight, you got to do the check-MIG. M-I-G means migration. Check MIG. And that's where they ask you for your flight details, your first name, your last name, and a bunch of other information that you got to answer. And it has like 2 or 3 versions in English, in Spanish, of course Spanish, in English, and I don't remember the other language. So you got to do that. You don't do that, they will not let you get on the plane as of December 14th. And even now, I had to do that to get onto the plane. This is the mall right here, and everything. They got restaurants at the top floor. I think they even got a gym. If you want to live in this area, they got Airbnbs, Juan Valdez coffee shop. And oh, now I remember. And as of December 14th, the president of Colombia said, anybody that wants to enter these establishments, commercial establishments all over the country, bars, nightclubs, restaurants, sporting events, concert halls, movie theaters, and everything like that, where a lot of people are gathered, you need to carry those certificates showing that you have completed all of those things in terms of the jabs, the medication. I'm taking this from Life with David. He just said it like that, so I'm saying it like that. Thank you, Dave. Super Dave. Thank you, Super Dave. So this is Loma El Escobedo. Loma El Escobedo. And today, because today's a holiday, today's December 8th, and in Colombia, December 8th means the day of Virgin Mary's Immaculate Conception of Jesus Christ. But the big day was yesterday. It's always like that. They celebrate it big time. There goes another gated community. That's one of the older ones, Palma de Mallorca, like the name of that town or city in Spain, Palma de Mallorca. That's where I used to teach a class, a private class, in the apartment buildings, because those are old apartment buildings. If you look at the facade, they're very old. They don't look very old, but the type of design is old. It's not the new design they use. So, you need to do those 2 things before you come to Colombia on December 14th onward. Right now, it's just check MIG. Sorry about the noise. There's a lot of vehicles. Normally, there's heavier traffic at this hour, but today's a holiday here. And tonight, we'll do more Noche de las Velitas. If you missed the first one, we'll do more tonight. More Velitas. I'll try to do maybe a live stream tonight, walking around in some other areas of Envigado. So two things. Right now, if you're still traveling until December 13th, before the 14th, you just have to do the check MIG. Only the check MIG thing. 24 hours up to 1 hour before flight time. Or else they will not let you get on the plane. But if they let you get on the plane and you didn't do that, or and whatever other thing they ask you for, they might turn you back or whatever. But definitely on the 14th onward in December. And why are they doing this? Why are they doing this? The president of Colombia, Ivan Duque, explained it very clearly, because he was getting his advice, his counsel from the Minister of Health, the leader, the person in charge, the boss, saying we're trying to mitigate the situation that's going on. We already have about 73% of people with the process going onward, and we don't want to mess that up. And we're not going to deny the entry of any person from any country, regardless of where they're coming from. They could be coming from South Africa, from Poland, from India, from Canada, from Brazil, from Zimbabwe, from Australia, whatever. We're not gonna discriminate. Just abide by the new travel entry requirements. That's the main point he said. Basically like that. So it's not like other countries right now that are starting to ban people that are coming from certain parts of the world. But he said that. But remember, at any moment, Colombia, the government, Mr. Duque, all of them can change this. And Life with David said that, and I know it because I've been living here for years. And before I left for Mexico back in June of this year and everything, I remember it was constantly changing. Like every couple of weeks or months, there was something new, a new travel requirement change. And people were tired of it, this and that. Come on. How can I even buy a plane ticket and not have my money lost and whatever, because I'm not buying travel insurance? Oh, that's closing and opening, or nobody can come in, or I can't leave. Many people don't want to get stuck. Many people do not want to get stuck wherever they're traveling to. I didn't want to get stuck in the US. I didn't want to get stuck in Mexico. I'd rather be home with my mom, taking care of her, because I came back and I found that my mom needs me more than I ever thought. So I'm glad to be home, stuck with my mom. But it's not in a negative way. I'm helping her out, and she's happy that I'm home. It was a surprise for everybody. This is an old shopping center, the old school type, called Guadalcanal. And they got all these little shops and everything, a tailor shop, whatever, some barber shop, a stationery store there where you could buy gift wrap paper and everything, a dry cleaner, a pharmacy, the Domino's Pizza back there, and the supermarket below, a little supermarket, all of this, and easy access. You can walk all the way down here, straight all the way down to the park, to the main park, the main plaza here in Envigado. Maybe you saw that video that I put up 2 days ago about Christmas in Envigado, Colombia. So remember to give this a like. Remember to give this a like. It helps this live stream video get out to more people. Just give it a like. The thumb thing is down below, so you can give it a thumbs up. Remember, you can give it a thumbs up if you like it. Down below, you can subscribe to the channel. It's free. It helps us grow. And quite frankly, I would love to start making a lot of money from this passion that I have. There are a lot of motorcycles in Colombia. A lot. Just look at all the motorcycles that are coming up. I used to have a motorcycle, but I sold it back in June. Had 3 in total, but I don't want any more. I don't want any more motorcycles in my life. And I don't have a car either. But I'm coming clean. My channel is already monetized, but I started this channel as a passion, as a hobby of sharing my travel videos that I made in India, which were only to share with the family at that time. But then I decided this is another gated community, and they have the thing here that you can enter through there. You can enter through there, and they always have a little clubhouse here where they have meetings. Some of them have a little mini gym inside. They have swimming pools. in those things. You got like a whole little world. So please do give this a like. If you really are liking this, subscribe to the channel, it's free. And share it on your social media networks with people. So we're 25 minutes into this live stream. I want to keep walking. I've already given you all the information, basically. But always check the Migración Colombia, Migration Colombia, but it's in Spanish, Migración. It's not with a T, it's with a C, Migración, C-I-O-N-O, with a little accent mark on it. But you can look it up on the internet for their official website, and they'll have all the official things, but in Spanish. And then you would have to get somebody to translate for you, or you can copy and paste and see what kind of information is going on, if there are any late changes, which is kind of common these days. But I don't think, but then I could be wrong. I don't think he's going to change it that quickly, because he just made the announcement 2 days ago, and it goes into effect on Monday, the 14th. So this is Envigado. This is the more middle class and upper class part. And now we're going to go down in a moment. You can see more of the old town, the old school, where it's just houses together on a block, no gated communities. And right now you see a little kiddie park here for the locals that don't live in gated communities. I mean, some of you might not like gated communities, no gated communities. So here's an old neighborhood. This neighborhood has been here as long as I can remember. And those are just little houses and whatever. They're all painted white and they all have the same type of facade. It was just adobe and whatever. And that lady right there, she's coming out of that little house, and some of them, just to make a little extra money in life, they put up that they sell ice cream or they sell milk, like a little mom and pop shop. That is a little mom and pop shop right over there. Those are little itsy bitsy houses that go into the back, and they sell ice cream and whatever. Now, one thing that is starting to invade Colombia heavily in some cities is the graffiti. Some of this graffiti is ugly as hell. But if you go to Comuna 3 in Medellín, it's pretty cool graffiti. And they got public transport, great public transportation. These little buses right there take you all the way down to the metro. And they take you all the way up this way. They got different routes, all the way from the Envigado metro station. Now, I'm going to show you a couple of more things. There's a hospital right over here called the Manuel Uribe Angel Hospital, MUA. The short initials are MUA, MUA, Manuel Uribe Angel Hospital. You got to be careful with motorcycle riders and cars right now, because I got the right of way. It's okay, but always be careful. Don't always think you have the right of way. Sometimes they will try to blow the red light, and that can end up in a fatality. Oh, this is the gym where I'm going to start doing my workout this week, because I've been very tired from my travels through Mexico and Los Angeles and whatever. So they got all these things right here. ¿Qué más? ¿Cómo están, muchachos? ¿Bien? Qué bueno. Aquí viendo el gimnasiecito aquí para venir en estos días a bolear un rato. Bien, bien. So they got these things there, and with weights. Actually, I don't have to join a gym, because remember, any of you who are here already in Colombia, and you have a tourist visa for 6 months or whatever, or beyond that, or a resident visa. Let me see, what's up? Hey, Robert Mack. I hadn't seen the chat for a while. I've been so distracted. Robert Mack was in here. Robert Mack in Asia. No, it's for the whole country. It's for the whole country. Carol Potter. I have no idea what you're saying with the VOYFYI. For your information, is FYI. It's for the whole country. The new thing about the nightclubs, the bars, the restaurants, the shopping centers. Ivan Duque said, the president of Colombia said, it's for the whole country. It's not for certain areas. The whole country. It's national. It's on the national level. And if you don't have these certificates to show that jabby certificate, that jabby passport thing, whatever you want to call it, the whole scheme completely done. and that it's more than 14 days old since you got the last one, the last medication and everything. If it's not older than that, then you won't be allowed entry into these stadiums. If you want to watch a soccer match, or you want to watch a tennis match where there are a lot of people together, or you want to go to a concert, or any of those events. Right now, they're not including shopping centers in it, or the metro in Medellin, but you never know. I heard a rumor, like that song, I heard a rumor. So here, you keep going down that way, that's all the way straight to the park, like I said, all the way down to the Parque, all the way down to Viva, beautiful dog, all the way down to Viva Shopping Center, Viva Envigado Shopping Center, by the metro station, the Envigado metro station. This is the canal, the Ajura Canal, and there are other little street gyms down that way, and the hospital's right there across the street. So basically, it's for the whole country, not for Medellin or for Envigado or for Bogota, it's for the whole country. A month ago, before I finished, a month ago, it started out, that was just Bogota. Back in November, like around November 10th or something, I don't remember. Bogota came out with it first, saying that to go into a restaurant, a bar, or a nightclub, discotheque, you needed to have this and show these documents, these certificates. And then Medellin, the mayor said, okay, we're going to start doing that too. And then now Ivan Duke said as of December 14th, next Monday, this coming Monday, the whole country has to abide by that. If you go to a mom and pop little restaurant in the neighborhood like this, whatever, like I'm going to be showing you in the days to come and weeks to come with my daily vlogs. That's why it's important to hit the notification bell, so that way you're notified when I come up with daily vlogs and even some live streams, because now I have a plan here, because I'm a Colombian citizen. I have 50 GBs for 30 days, a plan every month, 50 GBs, and I pay only $16 a month. And after 2 months, I can boost it up to 80 GBs and only pay $19 a month. Can't beat that, that's sweet. So I'll be able to do more live streams, give you some updates. But remember, these updates are only as good as the government wants them to be. If they change them, they change them. So don't think this is forever. This update that I'm giving you today, that other YouTubers are giving people right now, like Life with David did it this morning, and other people too, they can change in a month from now, in 3 weeks from now. There is no secure situation. There's no sure thing. So anyway, I'm gonna let you go. Stay tuned for more stuff here on Traveling Eddie. Bye-bye. I hope you give this a like.